I warned you these videos could be on anything. So, let's rank the songs from Hazbin Hotel. Couple of rules: only from the main seasons, no pilot, no promos. Every song is going to be rated on 3 factors: the music, which is just how good the song is to listen to; the context, which is how good it serves its purpose in the story and how important it is to, the overall characters and plot; and the visuals, which is just how good it looks, how well animated, how interesting the visuals are. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Number 36, Speedrun to Redemption. Carried as much as it is by goofy visuals and gags for just kind of a generally bad song. Number 35, It Starts With Sorry. As much as I love this adorable bedheaded Charlie, there's really not much going on with this visually, and the music is pretty bland. But the callback to it in Season 2 does elevate its relevance quite a bit. Number 34, Whatever It Takes. Why are Carmilla and Vaggie portrayed as foils for this whole season? I just don't get it. Is it because they're both gray? Is that racist? Gracist? Number 33, Sarah's Confession. What can I do to atone for my unspeakable crimes? Said Sarah. Lol, said the speaker. Lamau. Number 32, Welcome to Heaven. Fluff song, fun but largely pointless. Gives us the vaguest notion about what heaven is like, but like you, does so much better with this premise. Number 31, Ready for This. A bit catchy, but otherwise unremarkable. Charlie's big leader moment is a bit undercut by the cannibal army, mostly just being in the background for the fight and then never really brought up again. Mostly good for setting up some history between Alistair and Rosie that'll be a big part of Season 2. Number 30, Hiss, a love song. There is some clever wordplay here, and it sums up their dynamic pretty well, but otherwise it's just a fairly standard romantic duet that doesn't really do much for the story that wasn't already established in Like You. Number 29, Losing Streak. Bit of a quick resolution to Husk's crisis of faith, but since the relationship between Husk and Angel is a C-plot at best, I guess getting 2 songs in a row is the best we can ask for. Number 28, Clean It Up. The pinnacle of the pointless fluff song. Could 100% be cut with no effect on the story, but I will fight anyone who tries. Number 27, Hazbin Guarantee, Trust Us. Hazbin Guarantee serves as a decent enough recap to bring people back up to speed in the new season, but Trust Us is the fun part of the song. This continues the sort of quirky mini-boss squad vibe that the V's had in Season 1. Here, they're mostly played as the foil to Charlie's idealism, the cynical and fickle nature of hell that she's trying to fight against.
Get the fuck out of my building! Snip, snip, snip.
Number 26, More Than Anything, Reprise. It's a little too short to really feel substantial, but it is an important moment to build back up the relationship after their schism earlier on. And we get to hear Vaggie sing. She doesn't really do that a lot this season. Number 25, Once We Get Up There. Sets the Season 2 plot in motion, still goofy and fun, so we don't really take the V's seriously. One of my favorite things in this season is how well it builds them up from basically Team Rocket up to legitimate threats over the course of the season.
With a splash of ice, they'll pay the price. We'll rule the sky from up on high. And I get up there. Keep your smug ass alive.
Number 24, Don't You Forget, Reprise. This one gets a point above the original in the music department because of the shift into Once We Get Up There, but loses a point in visuals due to being a bit too stationary, so ends up at the same score as the original, but I think this one's a smidge less enjoyable. Number 23, Don't You Forget. This is the most musical song in the series. Like, this is something straight out of Annie Get Your Gun. Maybe it's just Alistair's old-timey voice and Rosie's general aesthetic, but this feels like something straight out of the golden age of Broadway. Like, Irving Berlin could have written this song. Number 22, Respectless. Somehow, Zestial steals the show with just one line. I don't know how he does it.
We can't act without more intelligence.
This song is super catchy for what is basically an exposition dump, which, to be fair, is the best way to do an exposition dump in a musical. Number 21, Like You. Another fun song without too much importance, but it does establish how much Penchas wants to go home. Cute that you can see him stealing random stuff in the background throughout the song that he builds his machine with.
Do you have enriched uranium?
No, but we got a unicorn polo stadium.
Christmas rum comes all year long at the mall.
So I've had a stroke of luck.
Number 20, Bad With Us. Oh, this one is fun. Vox and a bunch of goofy music styles that most of the time just don't really work, but are funny and in character. Has a few real earworms throughout, and I love getting to see a bunch of other locales around hell.
You know you wanna be bad with us. Come and make angels mad with us.
But just don't sing to them.
That bitch is halfway down.
Number
the street.
19, Happy Day in Hell. Nice introduction to the premise of the show. This is hell, Charlie is a dreamer, no one thinks she's gonna be able to do it, but no one can keep her down either.
So appealing, it beats anywhere. If you don't mind the smell, it's a happy day in hell.
Number 18, Finale. From the first song of the season to the last. A really important thing about this song is that it shows that Charlie succeeded, not just because the angels were defeated, but because of how much everyone now believes in her dream. The fact that everyone is enthusiastically joining in to fix the hotel shows that her goal of inspiring people was actually furthered, not just the external conflict with Adam and the Exorcists. A nice high note to end the season on. Number 17, More Than Anything. No, I didn't fudge the numbers just so Lucifer's song gets a rating of 666. It's just generally above average, but only just barely. It's a sappy song that feels like it's trying really hard to go for a Tony. Number 16, Out for Love. Seriously, why are these two presented as foils? Like, at no point in the entire season do I even get an inkling that Vaggie is fighting for vengeance or anger. She is consistently shown to be wanting none of the conflict to protect Charlie from a fight that she thinks she cannot possibly win. She's been out for love from the get-go. Why is there an entire song of Carmilla convincing her to do what she's already doing? Baffling story implications aside, this song is really good and the fight scene is fantastic, so it still ends up high on the list, but still, what is this plot thread? Number 15, Easy. This song just starts, like, immediately, 0 to 100. It feels like they've cut out, like, a lead-in line or something. This is the big Charlie Vaggie love song that we've kind of been missing for 2 seasons. And beyond that, the song is just legitimately great, and the visuals are spectacular for completely normal, well-adjusted reasons, I assure you. Number 14, Love in a Bottle. Keith David's buttery voice makes this an absolutely fantastic song to listen to. But it sets up a conflict that gets immediately resolved, so it ends up feeling kind of hollow. This whole Husk plot could have been cut and it wouldn't really have affected much, not even with Angel's plotline. It just feels like it's there so that there's someone who believably would be there with Cherry in the finale. Number 13, Live to Live. Who would have thought that the throwaway song from the first season would so succinctly sum up the core problem of season 2 simply by adding, "But it cannot just end there." Also, since the Speaker of God couldn't manage to get through to Sarah on this, but Serpentius could, that means that canonically Serpentius is better than God. Put that in the Versus Battles wiki. Number 12, You Didn't Know. This one has a lot of earworms that'll catch in your head, just sprinkled throughout the song. And we get that inverted reprise of Hell is Forever, which is fantastic. This is a big turning point for the series where we get some decent nuance to the Angels instead of them just being unilaterally bloodthirsty douchebags. We see how things are kept from the population of heaven, so we don't just have inverted morality, but actual complex morality. Visually, it's mostly just standing around and yelling at each other in a courtroom, which isn't hugely interesting, but that's the entirety of Phoenix, right? And we all love that. Number 11, Gravity. Okay, this song fucks. The visuals are so raw and emotional, and this music is just fantastic. It's a shame that Lute does literally nothing of value in this entire season. This is very clearly setting her up for season 3, like how Stayed Gone did for the V's in season 1. Looking forward to giving this song its due next season. Number 10, When I Think About the Future. I am an absolute slut for the multi-reprise. This song joins together all of the plot threads into one big final confrontation. Everyone puts all their cards on the table with their own musical themes and flourishes, and just lays out the stakes for everyone right before the finale. Fantastic penultimate song.
No more playing house once they're devout. I won't need a squad. Climb the stairway up to heaven live on every TV. Always knew the guy they're praying to was gonna be. Stop you right there, save us all.
Number 9, Hell is Forever. This song proves why Alex Brightman is in everything and why Beetlejuice will be on Broadway for the next 50 years. This is such a great introduction to Adam, and it sets the plot in motion. The inciting incident being this massive dick, the original dick in fact, who decides to speed up the murder purely for fun. Right from the get-go, we flip the expectations of an uninformed audience on its head. The demons are all chipper and optimistic, and the angels are depraved and violent. Important to get that feel early on in the show for people with no context coming into this, and this song does a perfect job of setting that up. Number 8, Stayed Gone. If this were just season 1, this would rate much lower in the context category. However, this serves as a great way to introduce Vox as a bit of a jobber so that we don't really take him seriously in season 2 until it's too late. Also, some really creative visuals on this one, lots of Vox shenanigans that actually mirror his past victims that we're going to see in Brighter in season 2. Number 7, Hear My Hope. This season has a constant problem of just pausing a song halfway through, dropping a whole ass different song in the middle of it, trucking right along with the original afterwards. Makes it really hard to rate this one. Obviously, the segment where Abel sings is the highlight. You get Patrick fucking Stump voicing a character, you gotta give him a Fallout Boy song at some point, and right in the middle of the finale is a great place to do it. The non-Abel parts aren't terrible either. It's a great way to continue proving Charlie's dream right, getting everyone to help protect everyone from the overload, even getting the V's in on it. We also see a brief exchange with Alistair and Rosie that is left ambiguous. We don't know if Alistair is bluffing or not, and we don't know whether Rosie called his bluff and he helped anyway, or caved into whatever his demands were. It's just a cut to them helping with the machine. I love how enigmatic Alistair is this season. He's definitely out for himself, but the extent to which he actually cares about the other characters is completely up in the air. Fantastic writing for him this whole season that really comes through here. Is this the moment he reveals his true feelings, or is this another masterful manipulation to get something out of what he wanted to do anyway? Number 6, Vox Day. If you haven't noticed by now, Vox has a habit of stealing other people's motifs and throwing them back at him. Most characters have some sort of overall musical vibe to their songs. Husk has lounge songs, Angel is all dance music, Charlie has the classical Broadway flair, but Vox's key musical motif is how shamelessly he steals everyone else's. It is a great way to write a smart character in a musical. Reminds me a lot of Hamilton, the way he wins his arguments by parroting other people's songs back at them. Number 5, Vox Populi. The moment that Vox goes from goofball antagonist to out-and-out villain. The Lucifer intro goes hard and sets up some serious aura that Vox dismantles instantly and spins to his advantage. It really shows Vox's ability to spin anything, because despite everything, nothing he says is outright false. He's able to take the facts, no matter how bad they look for him, and still manage to come out on top. There is a lot of populist rhetoric in this song. Vox is basically playing a greatest hits compilation of history's greatest totalitarian grifters. Number 4, Brighter. Fantastic villain song. Vox is finally established as a real threat, and now we get the backstory. It also recontextualizes his encounter with Alistair, in case you're thinking he was just a silly little guy who Alistair was mean to for no reason. This shows how conniving and backstabbing Vox can be. That his recent ego trip and tossing the other V's aside isn't a sudden change. He's always been willing to throw away his friends when he no longer needs them. This shows Vox as a user, even if he doesn't really notice it himself. And that last shot, man. I love how the Sinner designs for the characters we've seen the human forms of are always some sort of ironic twist on how they died. It's a good visual design. Also, my wife pointed out that this song is literally just The Hounds by the Proto-Men, and I can't really disagree. Number 3, Loser Baby. More Keith David. And this one's got some fantastic showy visuals, even if they did forget to give Angel his other arms in this dance bit. Tons of backstory on Husk that'll come into play in the future, and just an all-around great song to listen to. Number 2, Hell's Greatest Dad. One of the best looking sequences in the show. Some actual good color grading, which is such a relief from the sheer amount of red the show usually has. I kind of really like this sort of blue, green, magenta palette for Alistair. It does a great job of continuing to play with the audience about Alistair's motivation, giving more evidence that he really does care about Charlie, but is just as likely just using her as a pawn in a fight with Lucifer, and it is damn catchy. Even the Mimsy bit. As much as everyone hates Mimsy coming in to interrupt one of the best songs in the series, I don't think there's really any other way that you could end this song. The confrontation had to end abruptly in an unsatisfying way, because this isn't the last time they're going to confront each other. We can't have them blow their load in the first meeting. They're gonna have to edge that rivalry for like 3 seasons until Alistair becomes the final villain or whatever in season 5.
Sadly, there are times a birth parent is a duck. They say the family you choose is better.
What a bunch of losers.
Can you butt out of my song?
Your song, I started this.
I'm singing it, I'll finish it.
Oh, you tacky piece
It's
of...
me, yes, it's me. I know you were all waiting
And number 1, Poison. Just an absolutely fantastic song all around. Angel Dust is an interesting character. Like, he doesn't hate the glamorous life of a porn star. He relishes the attention and the debauchery of it all, but he is still being exploited and abused by Valentino. This song's rapid shift from that hyped up club pop to just how broken he sounds in the last verse, it really sells how quickly things can turn sour with Valentino. And we get some foreshadowing at the end of how much of a role Vox plays in all of this as well. And the choreography is just top notch. It cannot be easy to come up with good dance choreography for a character with 4 arms. Hell, Loser Baby didn't even try. Blake Roman fucking kills it in this performance, and the animators really elevated it to the next level. And there's my list. As usual, my opinion is absolute. It is the objectively correct opinion. But if you would like to argue for an inferior opinion in the comments, feel free to tell me what you would have done differently. It's good for engagement. This is probably just a one-off thing, but it's been buzzing around in my head ever since I finished watching season 2. And I'm a mediocre white theater kid with a microphone and opinions. Just be glad I didn't start a podcast. I will see you again tomorrow with more randomizers or Silk Song or whatever. Good night, everybody.